Well, welcome to Park City Market Talk webinar, where you get the latest news about what's been happening in the Park City marketplace. I'm Ron Wilstein, a broker at Keller Williams Real Estate in Park City.
And I'm Jeremy Wilstein, buyer consultant for the Wilstein Team. And we're here to share with you what's been happening in the world of Park City real estate.
That's right. We're broadcasting this evening from our new offices near the Canyons Resort, just off of Highway 224, the main road that comes into Park City. We recently changed brokerage, which we're going to tell you about a little later in this evening's webinar. But we want to mention that we do bring these presentations to you live each month on the second Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And we do this to be your source of current information about Park City real estate. We present our Market Talk webinars to keep you informed of the changes that occur from month to month. And we are also here to answer any questions that you may have. And so if we don't happen to cover the topic that you're most interested in, at the end there will be a question and answer time. You can raise a topic or feel free to contact us apart from the webinar, and we're happy to answer any questions that you may have. So with that in mind, let's move forward and get on with this evening's presentation.
So we'll begin by identifying our topics for the evening. We're going to begin tonight's presentation by updating you on what's been happening in the Park City real estate market over the past 12 months.
And then we're going to share with you some recent changes with our team and how it will positively affect our clients.
And with the ski season rapidly approaching, we want to share with you what we anticipate will happen during the upcoming ski season in terms of property values and Park City investments.
And then we'll share with you how you can get some incredible bargains on brand new skis and snowboard equipment for this upcoming season.
And we'll introduce you a concept of buying real estate through your retirement plan through a self-directed IRA.
And then finally, we will wrap up with some interesting things to share with you about how this could be a good time to buy real estate and at the same time, a good time to sell properties. So we've got a lot on our agenda this evening, and we're glad that you're here with us.
Before we get into this evening's topics, we want to remind you can always go back and watch past Park City Market Talk webinars. We've covered many important topics on frequently asked questions, and you can watch them at any time you wish. Simply go to ronwilstein.com/webinars and select the webinar with the topic that interests you. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So without further delay,
let's take a look and see what has been selling for the first 12 months, well, for the past 12 months.
And the information that we're going to share with you covers closed sales over the past 12 months from September 1st, 2011 through August 31st, 2012. And then we're going to compare the sales activity to the same time period the year before. So the total number of homes, condominiums, and vacant land sold during the past 12 months is up 3%, or 34 sales, from the total number of sales during the same time period the year before.
And when we take a look at the different categories, 489 homes sold during the past 12 months compared to 454 sales the year before. So 35 more sales, an increase of 8%. When we look at the condominiums, the center of the charts, they also rose by about 6%. Excuse me. We had 490 closed sales this past year compared to 462 the year before. That's up by 28 sales. And then when we turn to lot sales, unfortunately, the number of sales is actually down by 29 sales. This is down from 177 the year before to 148 during the past 12 months, a decline of about 16%.
And now let's take a closer look at what's sold. The number of home sales within the Park City city limits is up 9% from the year before. There were 164 sales during the past 12 months compared to 150 the year before. Sales are also up in the Shenandoah Basin with 325 sales during the past year compared to 304 the year before. That's an increase of 21 sales, or 7%.
And when we turn to condominium sales, they rose by 4% within the Park City limits, with 274 closed sales within the past year compared to 264 year before, increase of 4%. When we turn out and look at the Shenandoah Basin, we also saw the buying activity increase with 18 more sales, or a 9% increase. going from 198 sales all the way up to 216. So things are definitely moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. And vacant land sales were mixed, with them rising within the Park City limits and falling in the Snyderville Basin. Within the Park City limits, the total number of lot sales rose by 14 sales, with 39 sales this past year compared to 25 the year before. So that's up about 56%. And lot sales, however, fell in the Snyderville Basin with 43 fewer sales during the past 12 months compared to the year before. This past year, we saw 109 sales in the Snyderville Basin compared to 152 sales the year before. This amounts to a 28% decline year over year.
And so all in all, we are continuing to see the number of sales increasing each month. And this, of course, is good news. As the country tries to recover, we feel, Park City, that we're actually ahead of the rest of the country, and that's just fine with us. Now let's take a look at prices. Our property values are mixed in all three categories: homes, condominiums, and vacant land. So let's take a look and see what has happened in this segment of the marketplace. The chart that you're looking at in front of you now displays home prices, medium home prices, both within the Park City limits and the Snyderville Basin. You can see that the prices are actually up in the Park City limits by 8%. The median price rose to $1,052,500 from $975,000 the year before. Unfortunately, property values dropped. This is where I talk about them being mixed. Dropped overall in the Snyderville Basin from $670,000 to $589,000 during the past 12 months. That's a 12% decline. So while the number of home sales in the Snyderville Basin rose by 7%, property values overall dropped by about 12%.
And the opposite was true when it comes to condominiums. Condo prices fell within the Park City limits, but they rose in the Snyderville Basin. The median price for condos within the Park City limits fell by 12% from $537,500 to $472,500 during the past year. However, the condo prices jumped by 4% in the Snyderville Basin, rising $10,000 from $260,000 the year before to $270,000 this past 12 months. Lot values also fell in Park City and rose significantly in the Snyderville Basin. The median price for vacant land in the Park City limits the past year was $477,500 compared to $581,750 the year before. So that's an 18% decline. And then again, within the Snyderville Basin, prices rose by 34% over the previous year. They climbed from $160,000 to $215,000, a modest 34% increase.
Modest. I'd like to get 34% all the time. All right, so that's kind of a summary of what's been happening in the marketplace. We know that we gave you a lot of numbers, but the nice thing is that we are consistently seeing the number of sales increasing among homes and condominiums, with a slowdown in the land sales year over year. Prices are mixed, rising in some instances, falling in others. But overall, when you look back 5 or so years, our market continues to strengthen and is heading in the right direction. And in those instances where we are still seeing prices falling, they are not declining as much as they had previously fallen. And of course, prices have to fall less before they can start to rise. So we are moving in the right direction here. Well, that's a good snapshot as to what's happening overall in the Park City marketplace. And let's talk about what's been happening with us and our particular team here at Keller Williams.
So, as I said, we're excited to share with you a recent change that we've made in our real estate business, which we believe will bring wonderful advantages to our clients.
That's right. And of course, the word is out because I just said it. Earlier this month, we changed brokerages in Park City to Keller Williams Real Estate. This was a significant decision after being the broker and the owner at Remax Mountain Properties in Park City for over 10 years. Earlier this year in February, I sold my Remax franchise to Remax Associates, which is a larger Remax group with multiple offices throughout Utah. And we merged our office into a larger system. And we continue to operate here in Park City under my supervision as the branch broker, as well as running my own personal real estate marketing team. And as things go, and you know how things sometimes go, whenever there's a change in ownership, the new owner may want to take the Park City brokerage in a different direction, which is what happened. And so we joined up with Keller Williams in Park City. I'm always looking for new ways to improve our services when it comes to representing buyers and sellers. And I've been watching from a distance certain improvements that Keller Williams, KW for short, had been making in the real estate industry worldwide, and they were pretty impressive. And I was interested in trying to figure out how my clients could benefit from this. So the move is actually answering that question. I'd like to share with you just a few benefits that made this move make sense for us. We're excited about many of the added services and improvements because, frankly, they represent a definite edge that we believe our clients will get as a result of working with us in the Park City and Deer Valley markets. So, Jeremy, why don't you share about technology?
Yeah, the way in which real estate is sold these days, it's changed radically from the methods used in the past. Traditional yard signs and property flyers have been enhanced with property websites, mobile marketing, to cell phones, and instant information going to buyers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With our move to Keller Williams, we are also expanding our methods of getting information to buyers easily without them needing to speak with an agent. This, in turn, will more effectively get information about your property to the buyers right when their interest is at the highest level. So, our decision to move to Keller Williams was a proactive decision to affiliate with a company whose first priority is to be on the cutting edge of tomorrow's technological advances in real estate.
So technology is important. Another thing is important is surrounding yourself with a lot of agents who are selling a lot of real estate. A lot of real estate is sold in Park City by word of mouth among real estate agents and brokers. And at Keller Williams, 108 real estate professionals sell a lot of property in the Park City area. We gather each week and preview and discuss every new listing in our sales meetings. And this means that I'm now able to stand up and share the details about properties that we're marketing to 100 plus agents while they view the photos of the home inside and out. And this has already resulted in people asking questions about a property that might have been otherwise overlooked and leading to showings, and we believe will lead to sales. So that's what we're looking forward to happening with this move.
Deer Valley and Park City properties appeal to many buyers living outside the United States, and having proven market exposure to buyers around the world is essential to cast out the largest marketing net possible to attract more buyers to our listing properties. Keller Williams Luxury Home International is a segment of Keller Williams that specializes in high-end luxury real estate. Their special marketing and website presents property information to buyers all around the world in their own language. This makes it easy for them to work with us and makes it easier for us to connect with international investors.
That's right. Now, I've been very fortunate in my real estate business to surround myself with an outstanding team of professionals that I'm quite proud of. They help every day make sure that all of our transactions go smooth without a hitch. And I'm grateful for Jen and Lynette, as well as Ed and Jeremy, who are members of my team here. Now, with the addition of the administrative staff and the marketing experts at KW, we're now posed to serve our clients even better and expand our marketing. There's actually things that we couldn't get to because our plate was too full, that having the additional staff allows us to look into new endeavors in real estate marketing. So we're happy about it. They've been very helpful, and so it's been an awesome move so far.
Mm-hmm. And KW has offices located all around Park City where buyers come to get real estate information. With showroom locations in Deer Valley, historic Main Street, Sun Peak near the canyons, and Heber City, your property will be exposed to more buyers and visitors than before. Just this month, Keller Williams was honored by J.D. Power and Associates with 2 separate awards for the highest overall satisfaction for home sellers and home buyers among national full-service real estate firms. We're very pleased with our new affiliation, and we're aligning with a top-notch organization.
That's right. Now, in addition to all that, we are introducing, we'd like to do change and do a lot of it all at once. We're introducing our brand new logo, and you'll see the initials TWT for the Wilstein Team. This new logo will soon appear on our yard signs, our property brochures, flyers, websites, webinars, everywhere, and it will soon become a recognized emblem of our team. And we've moved offices to 1750 Sunpeak Drive off of Highway 224. You can't miss us when you come into town, and so we're here. We're fully intact with the move, and we're very, very happy about that. And as Jeremy mentioned just a moment ago, Keller Williams Realty was recently honored with the JED Power Awards, not just one but two of them, for outstanding service both to buyers and sellers. And so, we're obviously connected with a well-respected company, and we're off to some good stuff that we're going to pass on to our clients here. Anyway, didn't mean to go on too long about that, but we wanted you to know about the change, and we're quite happy with it. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Well, I'm frequently asked with all the changes occurring in the Park City real estate market, what's going to happen during the upcoming ski season. And while nobody has a crystal ball, including myself, I do believe that recent trends in the real estate market do give us a clue as to what was likely to occur in the 2012-2013 ski and snowboard season here in Park City. So I'm just going to throw out a couple of things for you to consider. People always want to kind of speculate as to what may happen, and this is the right time to do it when we're kind of in the shoulder season moving toward the snow season. Well, first of all, I expect to see an increase in the number of condo sales, and this, of course, is real important in light of the fact that condo sales have taken the biggest hit. The reason I think this is likely to occur is the market appears to be at or very close to the end of a 3-year decline in condominium values overall in Park City. We reported in 2010 and 2011 that prices for condominiums had dropped between 20 to 22% from the previous year, and that's 2 years in a row. And thus far this year, in 2012, prices have fallen single-digit amounts, anywhere from 2% to 8%, depending upon which month we reported the statistics on. Well, in some areas, like the Snyderville Basin, we even reported this evening that prices have rose by as much as 4%. So we're seeing the number of sales each month on the rise, condominium prices either falling slightly in value compared to 20% plus declines the past 2 years, and in some instances now rising. So time's going to tell, but it looks pretty positive that condominiums are going to make their turn here. And the ski season is an optimum time for that to take place because a lot of visitors are here enjoying Park City, and they turn up buying a property here. People are also turning to real estate these days, not just Park City, but elsewhere, for their investments because the ROI, or return on investment, is so much better than what they're getting by simply putting their money into banks or into CDs or the stock market. Condominiums are good investments in that they yield both rental income as well as anticipated appreciation. Now, I should mention at this point, and we kind of teased you if you received our reminder about this evening's webinar, but we are going to record a special webinar this week that will be posted on my website by Friday, and it's entitled How to Use Your Self-Directed IRA to Purchase Real Estate. On this webinar, you're going to meet Ed Knapp, who has recently joined our team as a buyer consultant, similar to Jeremy. And Ed brings expertise in these sorts of investment options, and I'll be interviewing him as we examine together the subject of purchasing real estate through IRAs. Most people aren't aware that you can do this, and it's a huge opportunity. And this is a great investment vehicle, and it's a subject that, frankly, just isn't talked about so often. So we decided we wanted to spend about 20 minutes on it. And if you're interested in that, feel free to go to ronwilstein.com/webinars, Friday, Saturday at the latest, but it will definitely be recorded and up there. Or I've got Ed's phone numbers on the screen in his email. Feel free to call him. He's got a wealth of information on this subject, and we're quite excited to be introducing our audience to this.
Well, we want to mention that the 40th annual Park City Ski and Snowboard Swap will take place on Friday, November 2nd through Sunday, November 4th at the Basin Recreation Fieldhouse at Kimball Junction. This is one of the oldest swaps in the country and one of the largest. Ski Magazine said it's one of the best ski swaps in the country. I did not know that. For those of you who had not attended this event in the past, there's a huge selection of new and used skis, snowboards, boots, poles, clothing, accessories, goggles, everything, all under one roof, and it's priced very well. So if you're in Park City during that time, come check it out.
Yeah, definitely check it out. And if you happen to have some used equipment that's in pretty good shape, you can actually check in equipment that can be sold at the swap. The check-in begins October 29th through November 3rd prior to the event. And if you want more details, go to BuyParkCity.com for further information on this. The swap begins Friday evening at 8 p.m. It continues until 1 a.m. in the morning. So we have diehards who want to get in the first day and they want to get the best deals. And so they're able to come and spend the night there. Admission on Friday night is $10 per person. Kids under 12 are free. If you decide that you don't want to spend the night there, you can come the next day. Doors open at 10 a.m. and they continue till 6 p.m. and the admission is cut in half, $5 per guest there. And again, kids are free. And then Sunday you can pop in there 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Admission on the final day is down to $2 per person. Again, kids are free, 12 or under. So check that out.
Yeah, it's important to note that 30% of the sales commission benefit the Park City Ski Team. So a good portion of sales go to a good cause. So mark it on your calendar and plan to attend.
Yeah, I'm always disappointed when I miss that or I'm out of town. So check it out. It's a great savings, and I got some great skis last year.
You did.
I did.
I got some good stuff too.
Well, in our introduction, we asked the question, how can it be a good time to buy real estate and at the same time be a good time to sell? And I want to look at both of these perspectives with you now.
Clearly, it's a good time to buy because buyers can capitalize on the continued record low interest rate. While they cannot stay low forever, it's likely that they will stay low through the presidential election and probably into the first or second quarter of 2013. Often people don't fully understand the impact of a record low interest rate, so let's illustrate it with a chart. This chart is comparing interest rates from January 2006 with June 2012. If you were to look to buy a property for $500,000, you were going to put 20% down or $100,000. Your loan amount would be $400,000. In June 2006, the interest rate was 6.25%. At that rate, your monthly loan payment would have been $2,462.87. That same purchase made today at the same price, but with a 3.75 interest rate, would mean that your monthly payment would be around $1,850.46. The percentage of savings is 33%, which is significant.
Yeah, it's a big drop.
Today's low interest rates give buyers a lot more purchasing power, and they simply can simply buy a property with a much lower impact on their monthly payments. When you combine this with today's lower property values, you have a pretty compelling reason to buy a property today.
And I think this really is feeding our buyer market. All the factors are coming together positively for the buyers. So it's clear that it's a powerful advantage for buyers to purchase when values are down and when interest rates are down. It's really perfect. So how can that really help sellers or be a benefit to them in those conditions? And the answer really is the realization that when people sell properties, often, whether they're selling a home or a condominium, if it's their primary residence, they need to move somewhere. And if where they're moving, they're planning to purchase a property as part of that move, today's lower interest rates and lower values helps them as well. Now, this is particularly true if they are upsizing to a more expensive property because they will be able to buy more home for less money. They too can take advantage of the low property prices while capitalizing on the low interest rates. And they can buy their own next home or their second home or their investment property at the best prices that we've seen in years here in Park City and get it at a great interest rate if they're not paying cash. And we often report, we haven't said anything tonight, but approximately 53% of all sales are cash in Park City, but there's plenty of people who are doing it with financing, doing their financing on a good rate, and these rates are just unbelievable. Now, even if a seller is considering downsizing, today's deals are exceptional. Some sellers, because of the market conditions, whether in Park City or elsewhere, are being forced by today's market conditions to accept less money for their properties in order to sell them. It's just a dynamic of their marketplace, wherever the property is located. No seller wants to do this. They don't want to sell for any less than they have to. But many of them are able to take advantage of the lower prices when they buy a replacement property, especially with today's low interest rates. So this can often offset the hit that they're taking on reducing the price to sell it, because they're going to make it up on purchasing a property. And so it absorbs maybe not all the loss, but a lot of the loss, and is a very good thing for sellers. So that's how it helps you. And we want to make sure you knew that, and this chart is very revealing, and so worth studying. Well, this brings us to the end of another Park City Market Talk webinar. We're glad that you've chosen to join us this evening, and this is when we go to our questions. As is our practice at the end of our webinars, we want to give you the opportunity to ask any questions that you have. Simply type them in the Q&A box, and we will do our best to answer them.
And we also want to remind you, you can always go back and rewatch this evening's webinar or any of our past webinars by simply going to ronwilstein.com/webinars. We have a host of webinars that are on a variety of different topics, so please check them out.
And if you are considering selling your property in the near future, we'd like to send you our 20-page magazine titled Smart Seller. It will provide you with valuable information to help you sell your Park City property faster and for more money than the traditional approaches offer. To receive your copy of Smart Seller magazine, simply type in your name and mailing address on the Q&A chat box, and we'll drop one in the mail to you. Also include your email address if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, and if you're not watching this webinar live, instead of typing your information in the Q&A box, please email us at ron@thewilsteinteam.com. We'll make sure to send you a copy.
All right. So questions. Well, let's begin with one of the questions here.
So when will your self-directed IRA webinar be on the website? That's getting recorded tomorrow.
It's either tomorrow or Thursday.
Tomorrow, Thursday. So by Friday, that will be up on the website.
That's right. You can go in there on the website. There's a section there that has home webinars, and it has area webinars, and then there's special topic webinars. It will be under the special topic webinar section. Next question, let's see. Is the number of condo listings expected to increase as we get closer to the ski season? Usually it does. A lot of folks who have condominiums, particularly those that are well suited for vacations, second homes, ski in, ski out if that's the case. Naturally, with the ski season, we have more buyers who are in town who like to look at property, and so people are more focused on vacation homes at that time, even though, of course, we sell them throughout the year. So we expect to see an increase of activity of condominiums and second homes during this time, and believe it or not, even some lots that are sometimes hard to get to with all the snow, but you know, sometimes people buy them for future building of retirement home. There's a question for you, Jeremy. Are buyers still lowballing sellers with their offers?
Buyers are still trying to lowball. Sellers aren't responding very favorably. We've kind of passed the time of putting an offer 20-25% below market value, even with bank-owned stuff, because they're pricing them right now. And with the increase of sale, there's a lot more comparable data to compare on sales price. So buyers are still lowballing, but sellers are kind of standing the ground a bit more. It shows the market's evening up, and it's starting to get a little bit more testy.
Yes,
and buyers still have, I feel like, an upper hand. It just depends on the property, but sellers are selling for list price, at list price, in a week or 10 days pretty regularly now. So
that's right. If properties are priced correctly, they will either sell typically they'll sell within 4 or 5% of the list price. And if they're aggressively priced, they'll sell at full price. We were discussing that on one offer today. That's not uncommon. If people make offers more than 10% below the list price, it rarely ever results in a sale because it's just too far away. That wasn't always the case, but the market has changed in a good way. But that's also why people are stepping up and buying, because they can feel this change occurring. All right, so that's not the button I want to hit. How about this one? If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to give us a call. Call either Jeremy or myself at 435-487-0151 from Park City, or toll free 1-800-535-0151. Or of course, you can email us at our addresses on the screen, Ron at thewilsteinteam.com or Jeremy at thewilsteinteam.com, and we'd be happy to chat with you, answer any questions, and assist in any way that we can.
And we want to remind you, our next Park City Market Talk webinar will be held Tuesday, October 9th at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, so we hope everybody joins us again.
And don't forget about our webinar on self-directed IRAs. They should be posted on my website no later than September 15th.
And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us at 1-800-535-0151.
That's right. So from all of us here in beautiful Park City, Utah, have a good evening, and thanks for joining us.